Let me get some of your tots. Lucky. Dang. Yes. Napoleon Dynamite. If you haven't seen this movie, this is a very nice cult classic. I guess you consider it cult classic. I'm not quite sure, but I will categorize it as an indie film, and the director is super completely awesome. I mean, working with that type of budget, hands down. By the way, this painting did get sold on my store, so you can check my stuff out at barbosafx.com. I'll put it here on the YouTube channel so you can see it, but it was all based off of a comment, and it's out of stock now, so this one is completely sold. Like I said, barbosafx.com is where you can buy my other paintings. So let's get into it. When it comes to this time lapse, and what is my thought process? Why did I actually paint Napoleon Dynamite? Well, it's one of my favorite movies. I watched this so many times. I've seen this one too many times. And I love, later on in the process, I love that the director only had a limited budget, but it was such a huge success. And they worked with what they got. I mean, just the feel, the overall feel of the movie, and the tone, and just like the colors. Like, as you can see, even the colors here, like I realized this when I looked at this reference photo. I was looking at it very carefully, and I realized like the director used these primary colors on the shirt, on the lockers, on the background. I didn't even look at that, at what the director was doing, but I've realized like how intentional that is. And those are things that you really think of, hands down. So that was really cool of the director to do that, to make that move. Or if it was the person that's in charge of the color, or director of photography. Anyways, with this one, it's I've really have been like growing as an artist, and maybe I can talk about how Napoleon influences who I am as a person. That's really what I want to talk about. Napoleon as a person is kind of like a nerd, kind of off, not your probably normal person you can hang out with in a way, I guess, if you put him in a category. But he's pretty much like a nerd. He's on his own. He does his own thing. He hardly has any friends. But what I like about him, he really stays true to himself. So that's what I liked about him. And his friends are like Pedro or Tish, right? Or Trisha. I think it's Trisha. They're kind of oddballs too, but they kind of have their own thing going on as well. And you can tell he's a very diehard kind of go-to friend, like even supporting Pedro when he didn't have like somewhere to present his after his presentation for going as president. He went ahead and did something completely off, which he went ahead and danced in front of everybody, which takes a lot of courage, especially in high school. But he's out there thinking about his friend, and he didn't think about himself, how he's gonna look, but he's just like, you know what, I've been practicing and this is the right thing to do, because he wants to win and I want to make sure that my friend wins. So that's maybe in my life, I'm advocating for my friends. And even with my personal relationships, is like just this recent experience, I'm advocating for my friend, for my spouse, my partner. We had a situation, and I had to stick for my friend, and I was like, we're gonna win this little battle or this war together. And even when things go chaotic, maybe this part of this movie has influenced me to be like that, and to be like, hey, let's stick up to the little guy. That anybody that bullies anybody else, we're gonna have that like lack of fear. And you can see even on my previous video with Apocalypto, right, that fear, that shift throughout the movie. And this is kind of like that same thing, where Napoleon Dynamite just kind of shifts and says, you know what, forget the fear, forget all that. It's all about, hey, I'm gonna do this for my friend. I'm gonna put my boxing gloves up, even if it's not through boxing, even if it's not, it doesn't have to be boxing intentionally. It just really just has to be very, very intention. Just be yourself. Be the person that you need to stick up at that time. And I've had my times where I've been a coward and I haven't been really sticking up to to standing up for somebody else. I've been there, and I've repetitively, and now I'm practicing that as I keep moving on in my life, is to stick up for my friends when they don't have the courage to do something, or they need that extra boost, they need that extra help, even if it's difficult, even if you get harmed, even if you look foolish. It's like you're doing it for your friend. I know we're both scared, but let's be scared together. But I think we got it. I think down deep inside, there's that confidence that comes in us and brings us alive. So that's how I feel about Napoleon Dynamite. And as you can see, actually, I'm painting the box too. So when this is pretty much the end of it, is when I get this delivered, by the way, I deliver the boxes and I try to make a little bit of more artistic style. So if I sent this out and I painted one of the title screens of the box on part of the box. So I paint on the boxes when I get these shipped. This is kind of my thing now, I guess. I don't know if it is my thing. It's becoming my thing, and I like it because it gives me more practice, and it becomes more intentional, and becomes like more of a product than just a box. And there's so much real estate on the box. It's just brown and it's boring. So why don't we just add something to it where it's gonna look pretty cool? So anyways, that's pretty much my video for today. I think this is a really, really good video. I loved Napoleon Dynamite, like I said. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. If you want a painting or you have any commission work that you want me to do, just reach out on barbosafx.com, or just put on the comments, hey, DM me, or find a way to reach out. Pretty much barbosafx.com is probably the best way to reach out. So if you're looking for commission work, if you have a request, by all means, tell me, hey, can you paint that? Can you try this? I'll look into it, and if I feel it, I'll go do it, okay? All right, thanks for watching, guys, and like I said, like or subscribe, however you want to do it, and I'll be putting more content out there. Okay, have a good one.